Okay, so bend your knees, bring your feet on the floor. This is one of my favorite movements as well. It's an advanced lower back Quadratus Lumborum release. Do you guys know the Quadratus Lumborum muscle? It's what causes a lot of pain for most of us in our lower. When we say that we have pain in our lower back, it's often the QL. So the QL, place your left hand underneath your back and place your hand right in between your hip bone and the soft part of your belly, and especially close to your spine. So bring your arms by your side. There's a lot of parts and pieces to this, so hang in there with me. We're going to start, actually, that we're warmed up, this is going to be easy for most of you now. So let's lift the left hip towards the ceiling, bring the right hip down, and the knee is pointed towards the ceiling. And now slowly bring that left hip down. So we're just isolating that small part of the lower back on the left side. Try that several times. Lift up with the left hip.
But our feet are flat.
The feet are flat on the floor, yes. Slowly come down. So we're engaging that. Some of you may not have a lot of sensation, some of you may have, but it's right there at the SI joint as well. The sciatic nerve goes through this part of the body, so this is really great for any of you that might have sciatic challenges from time to time. All right, so come back to neutral, and I'm going to add a second part of the instruction to this. First, lift the left hip, and now tuck and squeeze the left shoulder towards your spine. Your head can roll to the left if it wants to. And now release both at once, at one movement. So there's two movements at first. Lift the left hip first, that's separate. And now tuck and squeeze left shoulder blade to the spine, let the head roll to the left. And then release at the same time. So visualize kind of like a half moon shape on the left side of the back. Lift the left hip, tuck and squeeze the left shoulder blade. Slowly come back to neutral and then relax. Okay, we're going to add on. Third instruction is lift the hip first, left hip. Tuck the left shoulder, squeeze the knees and hold it there. Right hip is on the floor, left hip is lifted. And now let go slowly. Unwind. And again, lift the left hip. Squeeze the left shoulder blade in and the knees come together, hold. And then unwind. And then last time, lift the left hip, tuck the left shoulder, squeeze the knees whole, and unwind. And relax. All right.
But the knees are a little bit off tilted, right?
Yeah. Yeah, the knees are off a little bit, but they're touching. This next one is kind of like a lock-in, you guys, like we did at the beginning of class. I'm going to ask you to do all three movements at once. Instead of breaking them down, you're going to lift the knee, tuck the shoulder, and squeeze in one movement. Can you do that? Yeah. Just do the best you can and then relax. So you're lifting, tucking, squeezing at once. And letting go. And then last time, I also call this equalize. And come back to neutral. Rest for a moment. This is the last part of the instruction on this side, so listen carefully. It can be a little tricky at first to figure this out. First, lift the left hip. Tuck the left shoulder. Squeeze the knees. Hold it here. Right hip lifts off the floor and the pelvis starts rotating in the air to bring the left hip down first, right hip down last. So now both hips are going to be off the floor. Let's try it again. Let's break it down. Left hip lifts, left shoulder tucks, squeeze the knees, hold for a second. Lift the right hip off the floor. Guide your left hip slowly down. You can even tip your left hip down a little bit underneath and then roll the right hip down last. With your eyes closed, feel the muscles that you're having to fine-tune in your lower back. Let's do it one more time. Lift the left hip, tuck the left shoulder, squeeze the knees, Pick the right hip up and roll slowly and smoothly the left hip down, followed by the right hip. And then let it go. Good job. Let's massage the lower back again, knees to chest. Just because this is a lot of work with the lower back, you guys. I'm sharing with you today a lot with this movement. Just massage the lower back however you want to.